Right, a very good evening to you on this Saturday, the 5th day of October 2024. Indeed, the lights are on, the cameras are on, and now it's time for the realest of action right here on KUTV Weekend Live. On this day where countrywide public engagement on the impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua came to its second day and a close. This is among some of the top stories we have prepared for you tonight. Let's take a bird's view of other top stories coming in tonight. Coming up tonight, second day of public engagement against impeachment motion of Deputy President, characterized by low turnout and heightened security. ODM now says it will let MPs vote independently on Gachagua's impeachment, albeit distancing itself from claims that it played a role in the motion to impeach the DP. Plus, Religious Organizations Bill of 2024 continues to face backlash from church leaders, citing huge taxation and fines in the bill. Eight people confirmed dead, with at least 20 houses torched following renewed inter-clan clashes over land disputes in Tana River County.
This is Weekend Live with Theo Macharia.
That's in order, and remember, we'd also love to hear your comments, your feedback, or your suggestions on this broadcast that is coming to you live on our social media platforms: YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, X at KUTV_Kenya, or even on my personal social media handles at Theo_Macharia. Our co-pilot tonight in terms of sign language interpretation is Lucy Kiarie, and together let's bring you up pace and candid with the latest making headlines in the world of news. The number of Kenyans who turned out today to participate in the planned public participation in the impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua remained low compared to Friday. A spot check on Saturday revealed heavy police presence in the public forums following chaos witnessed on Friday in some parts of the country. Those who turned out gave similar opinions to yesterday, with some supporting Gachagua's impeachment while others oppose this move.
Today, during the second day of engaging Kenyans in the process of impeaching Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, the number of Kenyans who turned out has been low compared to yesterday, where Kenyans came out in large numbers. The High Court's directive to the National Assembly to prepare a second round of public engagement at the constituency level is what led to the organization of today's process. In his ruling yesterday, Justice Richard Mwongo stated that the process of engaging Kenyans must comply with the principles and laws of the Constitution and not simply conducted as a procedure. Yesterday, this process witnessed many Kenyans from various counties giving their opinions. Some Kenyans felt that the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and his boss, President William Ruto, should resign. Others prefer to remove Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua alone, while calling on the president to fulfill his campaign promises. At the same time, another group of Kenyans believe that the deputy should remain in office. So far, there have been several petitions submitted to the court to halt the impeachment process of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, the most recent being a petition submitted by the deputy himself. However, the petition was rejected yesterday by Justice Lawrence Mugambi. Yvonne Kiamuma, KUTV.
ODM Deputy Party Leader Simba Arati has defended the Orange Democratic Movement Party from claims that it played a role in the motion to impeach Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Speaking in Migori County during ODM Migori delegates meeting, the Kisii governor insisted that impeachment process is the prerogative and mandate of Parliament, and that the party will let MPs vote independently on Gachagua's impeachment. Evans Auma now details.
ODM Deputy Party Leader and Kisii Governor Simba Arati has distanced the Orange Democratic Party from any claims of playing part in the motion to impeach Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua.
Sisi kama chama hatuna mambo yoyote. Sisi tunaombea serikali ya Kenya kwanza, kama ingepona ni sawa.
Speaking after meeting Migori ODM delegates at Lichota Showground, Arati insisted that what is happening in the impeachment process is the prerogative and the mandate of Parliament, shading off any dirt meant to tarnish the party.
Kama chama sisi hatusemi Gachagua aende nyumbani, lakini kwa sababu bunge imeamua, acha Gachagua afanye nini?
Arati was, however, quick to put rumors that the Orange Party is in bed with the ruling regime to rest, disclosing that ODM was not in partnership with the government, but rather assisting the president to make the country a better place.
Hiyo lazima mtoe kwa akili. Sisi wana ODM ni ODM. Tumesaidia Mheshimiwa William Ruto kusimamisha serikali yake, kwa sababu hata sisi tungetaka tusaidike wakati mambo ni mbaya. Kwa hivyo mtu asipite hapa aseme sisi tuko Kenya kwanza. Hatuko Kenya kwanza sisi. Sisi ni wana ODM. Tunasaidia Mheshimiwa William Ruto aone kama atasimamisha nchi.
His Migori counterpart Dr. Ochilo Ayako championed for the strengthening of political parties as the antidote that will cure the country from the vicious circle of political temperature after every electioneering period.
So when they disown the parties, and parties are the vehicles that we mobilize ourselves using on the basis of ideology and on the basis of interest bila ukabila. Kama kuna serikali iko na ugonjwa, itahitaji machungwa kidogo ili ipone. Hata hii yetu inakula machungwa kidogo, si inapona? Hata ile ya Uhuru ilikula machungwa kidogo, ikafanya nini?
Auma Evans for Kutv, Nairobi.
All right, many thanks, Auma Evans, for that comprehensive report. An association of bishops and pastors are petitioning President William Ruto to drop the Religious Organizations Bill of 2024, seeking to control the church. Speaking at Ogembo in Kisii, the clergy vowed to reject any move by the government to interfere with spiritual responsibilities of the church through imposition of harsh taxation, among other tough measures. With huge fines, tough jail terms and rules characterizing the Religious Bill of 2024, religious leaders from Kisii are the latest to oppose the bill, calling for the president to respect the role of the church in promoting unity and behavioral rehabilitation in the society.
Asikie mwito na kilio ya kanisa kuwa sisi kama viongozi wa kanisa tumekataa hii bill, aiondolee kabisa na ifutiliwe mbali kwa sababu inafinya kanisa.
Bishop Francis Yeye opposes the academic qualifications for the clergy, highlighted under the bill, terming it as unfair and discriminatory.
Tukiangalia kabisa hata kina Petro hakuna shule, hata Yohana hakuna shule yoyote walienda. Lakini ukiangalia pia unaona Luka, mtu ambaye alikuwa ni daktari. Kwa hivyo hatuwezi tukawafungia wale wamesoma tuseme ndio peke yake tunataka. Hatujasema ya kwamba sisi watu wetu hawajasoma, tumesoma sana. Lakini kuna wale wengine pia hawajasoma, lakini Mungu amewaita, na Mungu anaita wale wamesoma zaidi na amewaita hata wale wengine.
Nimeona wabunge wengi, nimeona maseneta wengi wanakimbia chachi, tunawaombea. Wakati wanakuchanga chachi tunawaombea, hawachawai turisa anaombewa na profesa ama anaombewa na nani? Anaombewa na mimi ambao sikuenda darasa la mtu na anapita.
The Association of Pastors and Bishops further states that the bill, if signed into law, threatens the younger generation from entering into the marriage institution, citing unaffordable fees on those wishing to wed in church.
serikali yetu pia ijue wale watu wengi ambao pia tunawafanyisha harusi, wengine hata hawana chochote. Alafu unamwambia halipe sijui ni pesa ngapi. Hiyo ni kusema watoto wetu hawataoa. Na sisi tunataka tuwe na wachukuu, tunataka watoto wetu waoe, wasichana wetu pia tunataka na wao pia waolewe.
While terming the bill as oppressive, the church has consistently maintained that it can self-regulate itself and the state's intrusion will be unwarranted. After the Paul Mackenzie saga, the government was sought to formulate legislation that would proactively prevent extremist inclinations. Religious and legal experts, however, opine that the move to regulate religious organizations will be a complex one, since doctrines differ and imposing a template for validity will be contrary to the Bill of Rights. The clergy further called for reconciliation between President Ruto and his deputy, even as countrywide town hall public participation regarding Gachagwa's ouster entered its second day on Saturday.
Kama kuna kufurutana kidogo kati yako na naibu wako, tafadhali you are a family, the end of the day kubariana na muombane msamaha, hiyo story ishe, Kenya iendelee.
While terming the bill as oppressive, the church however states that they do not want the government to fail, owing to the fact that it was instrumental in the win by the current leadership. Theo Macharia for KUTV. Prime Cabinet Secretary and of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs Musalia Mudavadi welcomed Serbian First Lady Her Excellency Tamara Vučić, who is in Kenya for a special mission and engagement aimed at advancing and accelerating bilateral relations between the two countries. On behalf of the Serbian government, the Serbian First Lady committed to donating 21.34 million shillings towards rebuilding houses and livelihoods in the Mukuru slums after the neighborhood was ravaged by recent floods.
The donation is just a small token of solidarity from Serbian people and the Republic of Serbia to Kenyan people and the Republic of Kenya. So we sympathize and we just wanted to contribute in rebuilding houses, rebuilding lives. We went through something similar in 2014, so we do know how much time and efforts and help and support from the outside we need in order to rebuild lives after the floods. And thank you once again for your hospitality.
Now, farmers in Migori have been encouraged to embrace climate-smart agriculture to ensure food security. The clarion call was made by Migori Governor Ochilo Ayako, who was speaking during the second day of the Southwest Kenya Branch Migori Agricultural Show located at Lichota grounds. Governor Ayako noted that it's through climate-smart agriculture that farmers, especially the small-scale entrepreneurs, can maximize their outputs and profits.
So as a county, we have adopted climate-smart agriculture, and the practices under this is to ensure, together with our farmers, that we do a few things in a very smart way. Migori County as a county is among the 8 counties that can supply maize in this nation, and we are importing maize currently. So we are providing our farmers with maize seeds, bean seeds, sorghum seeds, sunflowers, rice seeds, and finger millet, among other seeds that we provide them with. We have recruited the 280 agripreneurs in the county to provide extension services to our farmers. Farming and climate-smart agriculture requires knowledge, and without agripreneurs, we would have been unable to build capacity and give skills to our farmers for better productivity.
Great, 15 minutes past the top of the hour. Time for us to take our fast, short commercial breather. Keep interacting with us on our social media platforms: YouTube, KUTV News Kenya, X, KUTV_Kenya, or even at Theo_Macharia. Coming up on the other side are more top stories. Keep it KUTV Weekend Live.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Are you healthy, or rather, do you maintain a healthy lifestyle? According to WHO, health is regarded as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. Welcome to Focus on Health, a show on all matters health, wellness, and lifestyle. On this show, we cover a wide variety of topics inclusive of, but not limited to, dental, optical, mental, reproductive health, and so much more. Join me, Joy Bofenda, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on KUTV for compelling insights and discussions on all matters health. See you then.
Focus on Health, your weekly dose of health and wealth information on KUTV.
You are watching Weekend Live with Theo Macharia.
That's right. Welcome back to KUTV Weekend Live, coming to you live from Kenyatta University Television Studios. 8 people have been confirmed dead in separate incidents in Tana River County following renewed inter-clan clashes over land disputes. Police reports indicate 4 people were killed in Nanigi, 2 at KBC grounds and other 2 at Anole area in Bangale sub-county. At least 20 houses were also torched in Bulavago and KBC grounds during the clashes, with residents now accusing security agencies of laxity in responding to distress calls. The tension is said to have been caused by the county government's move to relocate residents from the flood-prone Mororo area to higher grounds along the junction Bura Road. Angry residents are now demanding for the arrest of individuals in possession of illegal firearms and speedy investigations against some politicians accused of being behind the killings by secretly inciting some communities against each other. Let's now take a look at some international stories, and we start off in Cameroon, where farmers and authorities say the rising cocoa prices driven by global production shortfalls have led to increased theft of the commodity in farms in Cameroon, forcing farmers to turn to machete-armed vigilantes and amulets to stop thieves. Alice Rizzo of Reuters tells us more.
Every day, Pascal Mani patrols his cocoa farm in central Cameroon, armed with a machete. Rising cocoa prices, driven by global production shortfalls, have led to increased theft of the commodity in the country. Fears of thieves keeps him and other farmers awake most nights.
Early in the morning, I get up and go round. Before bed, I go round again. I often send my workers too. We try to keep strangers away from our plantations.
In the world's top growers, Ivory Coast and Ghana, beans are sold at a fixed price regulated by authorities. But in Cameroon, farmers get a higher price related to the global market. Adverse weather conditions and plant diseases in Ivory Coast and Ghana have reduced global supply and therefore driven up prices in Cameroon. And that makes cocoa a lucrative target for thieves. Farmers have been left fearing for their safety.
Le mot vol, chez nous, c'est devenu une formule. For us, the word theft has become a catchphrase. It comes up all the time. We can never go a whole day without hearing about theft because it affects all farmers.
And the threat is real. Last season, according to one police officer speaking on a condition of anonymity, 2 cocoa farmers were killed by their employees and their beans stolen. In response to the escalating theft, farmers, local authorities and buyers are now implementing measures to secure crops and supply chains. That includes refusing to buy from unregistered farmers and children. But some farmers have also taken matters into their own hands. Vigilante groups have been formed, armed with whistles, reflective jackets, machetes and spears. Others, meanwhile, have resorted to planting amulets on their farms, hoping to cast a spell on whoever tries to steal their cocoa.
And the pharmaceutical manufacturing for Sudan has fallen apart due to the war that has battered the health sector there. VOA's Paul Ndiho has a report by journalists in Port Sudan.
The Sudanese people are living in dire conditions due to the ongoing conflict since April last year. The war has destroyed infrastructure, including the health sector, and more than 70% of health facilities in conflict-affected areas in Sudan are either inoperable or closed, according to the IRC. Recently, the Sudanese Minister of Health announced that pharmaceutical manufacturing has stopped in the country. The halt in medicine manufacturing and the total reliance on imports have led to partial shortages of large numbers of life-saving drugs, and patients with chronic diseases are suffering from a shortage of regular drugs and their high prices.
Great efforts have been made in the past period by the National Council for Drugs and Poisons in coordination with importing companies. You all know that we have lost all the medicine factories in the country. So imports were facilitated by companies due to their relationship with medicine manufacturers outside Sudan. The import rate increased from $3 to $20 million per month.
Mona Sadiq, a cancer patient who is displaced from Al Jazeera state after the war reached it, ran out of her dose of medicine she was taking regularly and came to Port Sudan to continue her treatment.
In Al Jazeera state before the war, we did not have a problem finding medicines. There were many hospitals to receive doses, but after the war, we lost all treatment centers in Al Jazeera state. and there are many residents of villages and cities who have been displaced, and other citizens are dying due to lack of treatment.
The cost of importing medicine is $20 million per month, according to the Minister of Health, at a time when Sudanese currency is facing a high record of collapse against the dollar, which has made medicine prices very high. The citizens are suffering from expensive costs of treatment as well as pharmacy owners. The health conditions experienced by Sudanese affected by the war make life difficult for them, with displacement, epidemics, and high prices of medicine, in light of the fact that there are large areas of the country to which the authorities are unable to deliver medicine shipments.
After the war, Sudanese medicine is now manufactured in India, so it will not be at the same old prices. As for imported medicine, its prices are expensive for the citizens, and many will not be able to buy it. Likewise, the prices of imported milk have reached high amounts, so Sudanese citizens will not be able to obtain it.
Despite the support received by the Ministry of Health from friendly countries, the Sudanese citizen is still in dire need of mitigating the effects of the war on the health sector.
All right, local news done, regional news done, international news done. Now time for us to get sporty. But before we just get sporty, let's take this second short commercial breather. See you on the other side with sports news. Keep it KUTV Weekend Live.
Climate change. In Kenya, for example, the frequency of the floods is becoming more and worse. The amount of people and livestock we're losing.
The level we need to go is the level where the normal Mwananchi and also the government stakeholders can uptake these solutions.
Those small acts multiplied by millions of us will help make a difference in the world at the end of the day.
It's just a slight behavior change that we need, and you find that it serves us a bit more than you put in. And that's the goal. We want to live a better world than we found. Because at the rate we are going, it's dire.
We will secure the planet for future generations.
Baada ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila woga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi. Wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi. Hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Get ready to embark on a journey into the exciting world of technology as we uncover the latest trends, interview top thought leaders, and dive deep into the world of tech like never before.
Currently, we are facing the challenge in terms of finance. It requires one to move from different counties because we really need a large data set for our model to be more accurate.
In this new and exciting series of the Technovation Show, join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Monday 8:30 p.m. for a fun and thrilling experience as we explore the cutting-edge developments, meet visionaries driving change.
Somebody who is in the underground mine doesn't know the presence of those gases. So there are a lot of gases involved. There is methane, there is carbon monoxide, and there is also hydrogen sulfide. These gases actually, they are very dangerous and they are very toxic.
And discover the endless possibilities of the tech world.
Alright, welcome back, and now it's time for some sports banter. Let's begin where Harambee Stars have received a significant boost ahead of their pivotal double-header against Cameroon in the 2025 AFCON qualifiers, as Stade Reims head coach Luca Elsner confirmed Joseph Okumu's recovery from injury. Okumu, who had been sidelined with a groin injury, returns at a crucial time when Harambee Stars are preparing for a double-header against the formidable, indomitable Lions of Cameroon on October 11 in Douala before hosting them in Kampala 3 days later. Kenya and Cameroon are currently tying on 4 points in their qualifying group, and a win for either team will define the course of the rest of their AFCON 2025 qualifying journey. The chairman of Kakamega Homeboys Football Club, Cleophas Shimanyula alias Toto, has launched his bid to contest for the presidency of the Football Kenya Federation in the upcoming elections. Shimanyula will be deputized by the Bandari Football Club Vice Chairman Twaha Mbarak. Let's get this story from our sports reporter Sam Metiaki.
According to Shimanyula, it's time for Kenyans to make changes at the football body and elect officials of good character who are willing to transform football in the country. He added that he will ensure that the national football team gets representation from across the country through proper identification of talents.
Mimi nimefurahia sana kwa sababu Wakenya wameamua kwamba lazima tubadilishe mpira ya Kenya. Tumekuwa tukinyanyaswa kwa muda mrefu, referees wamekuwa wakinyanyaswa, miaka miwili hawajalipwa. Timu mingi zile za National Super League zimekuwa zikijilipia zenyewe. So mimi kama Cleophas Shimanyula, wengi wananijua kama Toto, nimesema kwamba nimesimama hiyo kiti ya urais sababu niliona Nick Mwendo ni mtu mjeuri sana na mjanja. Alikuwa amejipanga kulock watu wengine nje, na mimi nikajua mimi hata ajaribu lock na nini yote hawezi kutafuta makosa yote kwangu. So mimi
the Kakamega Homeboys chair promised to work with the government to mobilize resources to complete stadiums and football pitches in an effort to grow football in the grassroots areas. Shimanyula noted that Kenya has faced a myriad of challenges in football, with various bans due to lack of proper planning promising to ensure there are notable changes. He dismissed claims that he is a project of other candidates, while welcoming all candidates who are seeking the presidency to seek their votes in Kakamega County.
Sijakuja kama project. Project mingi zinatumika na wale watu wana njaa. Mimi sina njaa, mimi nimeshiba. Na mimi najua kufanya kazi. So yoyote anafikiri ni mchezo, angoje kwa debe ataona kwamba tuko pale pamoja. Mimi natoa, tutahakikisha tumebeba hii bendera mbele pamoja mkoa. Tumesimama naye pamoja, tumesema mpira ya Kenya lazima iende kule mbele. Referees vile wamekuwa kiumia, tuhakikishe referees wamepata pesa zao. Tuhakikishe timu sio timu tena inaenda kucheza game na inakuja tena inatoa pesa. Tuhakikishe pesa ambayo inakuja inatumika sawa sawa. Na mimi nimeambia watu wengi wajajua, mimi ni professor wa mathematics. Hesabu ni kitu nimefanya, pesa ni mtu nimehesabu. So hiyo pesa inakuja.
Mbarak on his part asked FIFA and the government of Kenya to allocate enough funds to carry out the elections, as they have analyzed all candidates and have noted their strengths and weaknesses. He called for the independence of the electoral board to enable it to discharge its mandate with transparency and in a free and fair manner. On the other hand, former Western FKF branch chairman Andrew Amukoa, who has dropped his bid for FKF presidency to support Shimanyula, said Shimanyula has the requisite qualities since he has been in football for a longer time.
Mtauliza swali. sisi tumeamua ya kwamba Amko akitoka kama deputy president na Toto atoke kama president, kura yetu itaribika. Kwa hivyo nime-hand over officially the entire system kwa Cleophas Shimanyula. Kwa hivyo kampeni zetu zinaanza Monday kwa sababu hatuna muda. Na tunataka to make sure Toto aingie kule Kantanda House, na mnajua yeye amekuwa kwa mpira kwa muda mrefu na akona quality zote. He has what it takes to be the president of Football Kenya Federation.
For Kutv Sports, I'm Sam Mitiaki.
Such a comprehensive report by our sports reporter Sam Mitiaki brings us to exactly 36 minutes past the top of the hour. Many thanks to you, our dear viewer, for watching this broadcast on air at KUTV, online at KUTV News Kenya on YouTube. And I could not do this alone. To the men and women behind the scenes, led by my director, the one and only Kimani James Baraka, aka Jemo. Also on the graphics was the one and only Eric Mshila, and also on the sound playout or sound engineer was Ismail Akunda. And also to this guy who's made sure that this broadcast comes to you live across our social media platforms. Many thanks, Paul Mwinde, who was on the social media platforms tonight. And also on the sign language interpretation tonight has been Lucy Kiarie. And my name is Theo Macharia. Until next Saturday, good night, stay safe, God bless, so long.